Okay, and so today we're going to be talking about modes and the modes of a major scale. The same modes also apply to a minor scale, but we're going to start with the major scale today. So we're going to start with C major, and we're going to draw it down. So that's a C major scale if I'm going this way, right? So for C, we call this Ionian, which is more commonly just referred to as major. For D, we call this Dorian. For E, we call this Phrygian. For F, we call this Lydian. For G, we call this Mixolydian. For A, we call this Aeolian. And that's also a minor scale, or natural minor. Okay. And then B is what we call Locrian. Now there's an easy phrase you can use to remember the order of these modes. For I, D, P, L, M, A, L, basically what I've learned is I don't play loud music after lunch. You just have to remember that this L refers to Lydian, so loud is Lydian. Basically, Ionian, Dorian, Phrygian, Lydian, Mixolydian, Aeolian, and Locrian. So whatever works best for you to remember the order of these modes, but you want to understand that the Phrygian is the third mode of a major scale, Mixolydian is the fifth mode, etc. Okay, and so now that we know that the first mode is major and the sixth mode is minor, we also want to understand that all of these inner modes are very similar to a major or minor scale, they just have one note that's different. So a Dorian scale is the same as a minor scale, it just has a natural sixth in the scale. So we're going to write out the notes of each of these scales and it'll make more sense after we do that. A Phrygian scale is a minor scale with a flat 2. So that means the second note of the scale is flat, just one half step. Alright, a Lydian scale is the same as a major scale, but it has a sharp 4. So the fourth note of this scale is a sharp 4. Besides that, it's just like a regular major scale. And then the Mixolydian scale is just like a major scale, but it has a flat 7. Major scale has a regular 7 or a natural 7. Mixolydian scale has a flat 7. This scale will go with like a G7 chord, okay, like a dominant chord because it has a flat 7. Aeolian scale is regular minor, and then a Locrian scale is the only one that has 2 alterations. Basically what you can think of is a minor scale with a flat 2 and a flat 5. You could also think of it as a Phrygian scale with a flat 5, okay? But this makes a bit more sense, I think, in the beginning. Okay, and so all of these modes apply the exact same way to a major scale as they do to a minor scale. So if we were starting with A minor being Aeolian, all the other modes would be in the same order after that. But we start off thinking of it from the standpoint of a major scale. Okay, so the most simple way to think of the notes of each mode is starting from C major. C, D, E, F, G, A, B. So those are the notes of C major. Now if you want to make D Dorian, the easiest way to do that from C major is just to start from D and do a 1-octave scale. So we're going to start on D, and this is D Dorian. So we're just starting from the second note of the C major scale, and that's how we get D Dorian. Now you can do that with each mode, so if I just wrote E, that is an E Phrygian scale, and so on. We can go all the way down the C major scale and basically start from the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh note of that scale, and each one will give us the notes of each mode going in order like that. So another way to look at the modes is to start from C with each mode. Okay, so here we have C major. So to make C Dorian, what we're going to need is a flat 3. Also, we're going to need a flat 7. But that's it. That's a C Dorian scale. We have all natural notes except we have a flat 3 and then also a flat 7. Our 6 is natural, okay, because it's a Dorian scale. If this was a minor scale, we would also flat the A. Okay, and for C Phrygian, what we're going to do is we're going to basically do a flat 3, also a flat 2, flat 7, and a flat 6. Because a Phrygian scale is just like a minor scale, which would have C, E flat, A flat, and B flat, but we're going to have also a D flat because a Phrygian scale has a flat 2 in it. Okay, and with C Lydian, it's basically going to be the same as a major scale, so no flats, but we're going to sharp the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So F is the fourth note of the scale, so we're going to sharp that. Okay, and with Lydian we have an F sharp. Okay, and with C Mixolydian, same thing, it's going to basically be a C major scale, but we're going to have a flat 7. So B is our flat 7. So C Mixolydian is a major scale with a flat 7. Okay, and with C minor we're going to add an E flat, A flat, and B flat. Because the minor scale has a flat 3, flat 6, and a flat 7. Again, the Dorian scale has an A natural because it has a natural 6. Okay, and so for C Locrian, it's basically going to be just like a Phrygian scale, where we're going to have a flat 5 also. So with a Locrian scale, we're going to have a flat 2, a flat 3, a flat 5, a flat 6, and a flat 7. Okay? So almost every note is flat in this scale. So by understanding the modes like this, we kind of understand each scale separately and understand the formula for each scale separately. Okay? Now when we learn to apply some of these modes in music, depending on our instrument, we're going to find different ways to do that. Sometimes we're going to think of the modes within the major scale, but then also sometimes we're going to want to stay on one mode just to get a particular sound out of that mode. So later we're going to talk more about the characteristics of each mode and how they sound, but right now we just want to start with memorizing them and understanding the formulas for each mode. And again, major is also known as Ionian, and minor is also known as Aeolian. Okay, that pretty much sums up the basics of the modes for the major scale and the minor scale.